Hi, this is Roger Bailey. Can an alternative treatment for autism or Asperger's syndrome be effective? What can be effective for autism or Asperger's? Well, there is no cure for Asperger's syndrome or autism or PDD or any other developmental disorder. There is no effective treatment. Because there's no cure, there cannot be an effective treatment, because if you had an effective treatment, you would be curing it. But they don't have it. Well, why is there no cure? Developmental disorders are the result of the developmental process being blocked or stuck or sluggish. The child's symptoms are signals that the developmental process is blocked. These symptoms are used for diagnosis, but if you're a parent and you have a child with a fever, you search for what the cause of the fever is and you treat that. The fever is not a symptom of having a fever. The fever itself is not the problem. In fact, our immune system has designed the fever to be a solution. When your temperature goes over a certain level, it'll kill any viruses that you're carrying in your body. So the immune system is designed to create fevers as a solution for problems. Now, the current therapeutic approaches, educational approaches, behavioral approaches for autism and Asperger's syndrome, they don't fix the symptoms, although they try to. Again, the symptoms are not the problem. They're all shooting at the wrong target. Symptoms are signals that the developmental process is stuck. Reducing the symptoms does nothing to re-engage the stuck developmental process. An effective approach for developmental problems would be to re-engage the stuck developmental process so that the children could catch up with their peers. Well, just think about it. If you had a plumbing problem in your home where the water was not flowing properly, you would discover what was blocking the flow and remove that blockage. You would not decide that water will never flow properly, nor decide to permanently reduce your expectations for water in your home. Now, educational training programs try to teach unteachable children as much as possible so those children can become adults with developmental problems. They don't do anything for the developmental process. Behavioral training programs try to teach unteachable children as many coping skills as possible so these children can survive as adults with developmental problems. They don't do anything to re-engage the stuck developmental process. Medical treatment programs provide children with medications to suppress their symptoms enough for parents and teachers to tolerate the child's behavior, so the children can learn as much as possible and grow up to be adults with developmental problems. The big picture is that about 1 out of every 6 children in the USA has some form of developmental problem, and I think it's even more. 1 out of every 100 children in the U.S. has some form of autism, and 1 out of every 70 boys in the U.S. has some form of autism. Now, there's no cure and there's no effective treatment, so what's wrong with this? Out of all the tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of educators and clinicians and researchers, nobody's come up with a solution for our children. What if developmental problems are not medical, psychological, behavioral, nor educational? What if there's something you can do in your own family, in your own home, which re-engages the stuck developmental process and encourages the developmental process to catch up naturally, normally? What if this something is not a treatment nor a cure, but is simply a cultural shift which gets your child back on track? Will you make a commitment right now to learn about this process of re-engaging the stuck developmental process and make a reasoned choice about doing this for your child's health and for your child's future? This is Roger Bailey. I'm with GetMyChildBackOnTrack.com. Come by our site. There's a couple of things that you can get access to for free to learn what this is all about, to learn what needs to be done to get your child back on track. I'll see you there.